No ads, no funnel, no team, just a $9.97 call offer, and it made me $1.9 million in pure profit. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact offer I used, how I structured the call, how I got over 150 buyers organically, and how that turned into 21 people upgrading to $48,000 or $98,000 programs. This isn't theory, it's the real numbers and the actual playbook. 150 people buyed a $9.97 offer, which is a private call with me for 45 minutes over Zoom. And then from there, they'd upgrade to a $48,000 offer. I had 6 people buy that, or a $98,000 offer with me for 1 year. So let me take you through that process and how it completely changed my business. And this is the sheet right here. This is everyone who's bought it since November of 2024. So now it is June of 2025. And I'd say most of this happened between November and March, right? I haven't really had to, or April, maybe April is a better number. So you can scroll down this list and you see there's 150 people, okay? Now the reason I did this is because I am seeing a shift in the marketplace. It's getting a lot more difficult. There's lower trust, higher competition, very red ocean. So I thought, okay, what is the absolute best thing that I can offer someone, regardless of what the price is? And most people, they want to talk directly to me. But obviously me talking directly to every single business owner isn't very scalable, right? Because I have to continue to give my time to scale that part of the business. So what I thought was, okay, instead of a free call, what if I offer a $9.97 call for 45 minutes over Zoom or 2 hours in person, which some people took me up on, and then from there, see what happens. And it actually played out because what happened is people who were on the fence of working with me and my team took that call. And then by having that call and I blew their mind, I was able to build so much trust and so much rapport that then they paid for higher level programs. So what I want to show you first is the way we were able to get these calls is I would just post organically on social media. I might email my list. I might do a lot of story posts. I might post in my group. It wasn't really any ads or anything like that. So people would see it, they'd buy it, they'd book in. So the way they would book in is this page has been updated since, but they'd see a page like this. And even though this was technically built to be an upsell, we never changed it. I was just like, yeah, I just sent it to people because by the time we sent this page, they were ready to buy. So they'd come on this page and they'd see this video. And inside this video, I'd say, hey, you can come see me in person. Here's how it would kind of look. And you can either do a 2-hour in-person session, or you can do a one-on-one on Zoom. And what I would do is inside this video is I show them what those look like, okay? Now, they could either pay or they'd say no, but this wasn't really an upsell page. They just would click this and then they would actually be able to buy. Once they bought, they would get a link to book a call and then they fill out a client intake form. So let me show you what the client intake forms are. Now, the reason you do a client intake form is so that no time is wasted on the call because it's only a 45-minute call. So I don't really have time to go through everything they would say. So this is how a client intake form might look. You get a person and they put their name, put their email, they put their phone number, and then we start having all these questions, right? How many clients do you have? What's your goal revenue? What's your Instagram? What's your YouTube? How much are you paying your team? What's the allocation in terms of costs? Do you have sales reps? Are you tracking calls? Are you doing ads? If you are, put those numbers in there. So I would already know when I got to the call exactly what they would need to know and exactly what they need to do to build their business, because business is really a numbers game. And I'm very good at numbers. I used to be a petroleum engineer. I've built a business, that does over $2 million a month. I'm really good at this thing. So I would then get on the call and I would give them a ton of value. Now, to show you some of these calls, I can't, take a whole recording and put it in here, but I'll show you some of the in-person that you guys can actually check out on my YouTube is if you come in here and you click on videos and you just scroll down. This one is with Devin, who scaled $0 to $200,000 in 60 days just from some of my advice. Okay, he's actually doing way more now. I think he's doing like $500,000 a month now, which is pretty crazy. Completely changed his life. If you come down here though, and you start scrolling, you'll see that I had different sessions with different people, right? I built a 7-figure fitness company in 2 hours. Do this to make $50,000 a month as a fitness trainer. How to scale a pressure washing business. Do this to make $20,000 a month as an online coach. Do this to make $3,000 a day as an agency. So the benefit of making these videos was not only did they come in person, then I could make videos and content around, and a lot of this content did pretty well and people resonate with it. Now, this content isn't going to get a lot of views, but the benefit is that these people will then turn into clients. That's the thing, because when you're trying to scale a business, it's not only just about views, it's really about who's going to pay you money. And this built a lot of trust and I got a lot of high level clients from it. Now, once these clients had been on these calls, usually what would happen is a few weeks would go by and then they'd reach out to me via DM and they'd sign up. And once someone signs up, I'll show you what it kind of looks like is they would either be in what's called next level, which is where they're working with one of my high level account managers named Mac, or the inner circle, which is with me. This is how it would look inside their base camp. So they have kind of like their texting support, which is right here. All their docs and files that they would need is right there. We can see their ad metrics, their sales metrics, etc. And then we also have tech support. We also have setter and closer support. And then if we start running their ads, which this client is not, we start running their ads. And what was crazy about this is it didn't take me any extra ads. It took me very minimal effort, but I was able to make an extra $1.9 million at 100% profit margin. Completely changed my business, revolutionized my business, and it built a lot of trust. And in today's economy, what you got to understand is a lot of people, they don't have a lot of trust. So if you could sit down and think, what is the best thing that I can give? The absolute best thing I can give, and then mitigate that or make it a step up so that, people aren't just getting it for free, but you can sell it for a certain price. So for me, giving calls away for free, I'd get absolutely blasted. But I thought, okay, $9.97, they're serious enough. They probably have a decent business. And then if I give them good advice that actually moves the needle forward, they're going to come back and pay me. And that is actually what happened. And I had over 21 people pay. 15 did the $98,000 deal for a year. And then 6 people did the $48,000 deal for a year. And what we do inside there, which even generated more money. So this video would probably generate an extra, $2 million on top of that, is inside Next Level. When they picked one of those programs, they get 3 months of ads for free. What would happen is we run their ads for free for 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, we get 80% of those clients who would actually become retainer clients because they hadn't been running ads before. We did it for free, so they had nothing to lose. But then after they saw our results, they got on to our retainers. And so the benefit of this is that when trust is low, instead of, doing all this done for you work or, get results or make your money back, which attracts a lot of low level clients, what you want to do is give an incentive or give them an offer that higher level clients will pick, but it's lower for them. And then build trust. And then by you building trust, they'll come into your higher level offers, because the clients you want on retainers or the clients that you really want inside your programs are going to be higher level clients. Lower level clients have lower skill. They have less advantages. They have less money. They're probably raw. They're less mentally strong. And those are the people who are going to give you issues. If you do it this way, and this was a great lesson for me, this is actually how you get those high level clients and can really push and scale your business. So that is how you can turn a $9.97 call into millions of extra dollars of profit. But if you want to see how I scaled my business to $115 million and see all the operations, you can click here.